Hi friends, welcome to Cricket Caviar. And today I want to talk about the rise and fall of West Indies cricket. Why their team is so unpredictable? Why does that team attract us so much? And I want to talk about some of my favorite players as well, like Chris Gale, Brian Lara, and mercenary Kyron Pollard. But yeah, so we'll dive into the quick history of West Indies team, how they typically do, how they surprise people, and then I'm going to take Shikhar's opinion on the slides that I have.
Yeah, Pratik, I'm very excited to talk about the rich history. Let's see the slides and talk about it. I always believe West Indies has such a rich history of cricket, and yeah,
Yeah, man, sure. So let's start. So this is again, as I told you guys, it's called the rise and fall in West Indies cricket. Let's go with the early history of West Indies, Shikhar. So
funny that you call it fall because they have won more ICC trophies than India in last 10 years. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
and also overall too, they have two T20 World Cups and two 50-over World Cups, while we have one
Yeah,
T20 and 250. So
yeah,
and
good.
both are not. Both don't look like winning of the World Test Championship cycle.
Yes.
So the first time all the nations joined together and they were like, okay, we are gonna be called as the West Indies, and so they went for a US and Canada tour. Apparently, US and Canada used to play more cricket back in the back in the
Hmm.
19th century, and then finally in 1928, West Indies was given the Test status, and they played their first ever Test match against England, the official Test cricket. But their dominance actually began in 1979, 1980. Now, unfortunately, I haven't seen these matches, not be able to follow them because we were not born. But the most fascinating part for me is was they started their dominance and they were unbeaten for the next 15 years in Test cricket. How is that possible? A team does not lose a single Test match for 15 years.
That's what when you said Pratikna that West Indies has not won the World Test Championship. So I just wanted to say at that time कि if there was World Test Championship, uh, like today it is there, the World Test Championship. If it was started from 1960s or 70s or
Mm,
50s, whenever it was started, West
yeah,
Indies would have won 6 to 7 World Test Championships, collectively in the 80s because they didn't lose a single match in the 80s.
yeah,
They only I think went to Australia in '94. They lost to Steve Waugh team. Steve
yeah,
Waugh's team. That was the first time they lost a series actually. They they they, they did not lose a single test series. They used to blackwash England. So there is a famous documentary. I think Devanshu was talking about it. It's called Fire in Babylon. I think every fan should see that documentary, Fire in Babylon. So it just shows that uh, you know all the racial discrimination that was showed by the British Empire towards West Indies throughout their history. They were brought to these islands to do to be plantation workers, to serve the British lords. And there was one test series in which Tony Gregg, the captain of England, who was also a legendary commentator, said that I want to see West Indies grovel. I
mm,
want to see them grovel, and it's like begging. I want to
mm,
see them beg. And after that, Clive Lloyd got so fired up, and
mm.
these West Indies pacers got so fired up. They actually, injured Tony Gregg and sent him out. So it was like that kind of fire and passion to, fight the injustice, the historical injustice, and that's what makes West Indies cricket so entertaining and the skill set. I mean, the players that they had even in that era. So Sunil Gavaskar was such a fan of. One of the players, Rohan Kanai, that he named his son after Rohan Gavaskar after Rohan Kanai. So amazing batters used to play for West
Yeah.
Indies.
Manisha has joined. So Manisha, we're just discussing about West Indies cricket and some older history. So yeah, very good chance for you to learn, and I'm sure you can contribute when I move on to my next slide where we talk about recent cricket. But yeah, this is the early history. And Shikhar, yeah, like you said about the 80s, you actually know a lot. From what I have read, yeah, again, I know these four guys. Like this is what I have read, and they are known to be merciless on the cricket pitch. It's about showing that who is the alpha on the pitch. They're not worried if the blood is coming from the batter's mouth, because they did not used to use the helmets back in the day. But yeah, these are the great fast bowlers. I don't think we can compare any current fast bowlers with these Michael Holding, Joel Garner, Colin Kraft, and I'm forgetting one name, but
Is it Godly
no, it's so the
Hmm.
Michael Holding, Joel Garner, Colin Kraft,
Yeah, no, I'll tell you. So the first one is
and Andy Roberts. Andy Roberts, yeah,
so the first one is I think the first one is Malcolm Marshall, who is standing in front. Second one is Michael Holding.
yeah,
Third one is third one is I think Andy Roberts, and fourth one is Joel Garner.
yeah.
So Joel Garner used to be called the Big Bird. You can see he's the tallest.
Mm.
He's the tallest. He used to be called. Correct me, West Indian fans, if I'm wrong. I'm really
No, I
sorry.
think one of them
You
is
can-
Colin Kraft actually. Yeah, the
Okay.
you got other
So
three,
maybe
right?
the third one is Colin Croft then.
Mm.
But I think the four greats were actually Malcolm Marshall. The four horsemen they were used to be
Yeah,
called.
and they used to
Malcolm
be
Marshall.
managed by this by Clive Lloyd, who is one of the best cricket captains.
Yes.
So
So they never played spinners in their lineup. So they had all out pace attack, and everyone had a different kind of. So if you see, Malcolm Marshall was very short heighted, so he used to
mm,
bowl really fast, like just like Shamar Joseph bowls today.
yeah,
He's
it's a
exactly
very
like
good
Shamar
relatable
Joseph.
example for our Gen Z audience.
Yeah, and so Fidel Edwards, Shamar Joseph, they are short-heighted guys who bowl fast.
Mm.
Whereas Michael Holding was called Whispering Death. He used to run in very slow. He had a very slow run up, and he used to bowl very fast. So he was called Whispering Death because he would come so slow. It was just like a whisper, his run up. And of course, Big Bird, Joel Garner was the Big Bird. He was so tall, he will get pounds on all the
Like
pitches
Morne Morkel, probably, right?
like Morne
Mm.
Ball. So all the fast bowlers had their own variations. Yeah,
Just look at their swag too, like the way they're standing in this picture. Yeah, it's amazing. And talking about swag, yeah, who can forget Viv Richards? The way he used to occupy the crease, the presence of him. Uh, yeah.
No,
So
what also amuses me is like this is so old, right? But as you said, like even how many generation come, they have instilled so much fear, and that legacy is so rich that still, even if you see, I can't pinpoint the exact face, but I remember the names,
yeah,
even though I didn't watch those matches, like
exactly. Yeah, we were
Mm.
unfortunate to not being able to see these players live.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
yeah.
said
But
earlier.
we have heard the stories from many neighborhood uncles and even
Yeah,
our
yeah,
families, relatives about them. So they
yeah.
always talk about them with such admiration.
Yeah, my mom told me that back in their college time, they used to love Imran Khan and Viv Richards, like for their swag. So,
True.
so
Yeah,
And we
they
yeah.
were
were
also
good looking fellows for
forgetting
sure.
Desmond Haynes and Gordon Greenidge. They
Mm,
were also a superb opening pair. Viv Richards used to come at number 3 or number 4, but before that, most of the work was done by Desmond Haynes and Gordon Greenidge. They were
yeah.
very good openers.
Let's move to some recent history. So they were a phenomenal team until 1995. Then we started seeing a decline in their performance from 1990s, late 1990s. And a lot of internet articles and reference says that it's because of popularity of other sports rising in West Indies, like also like Olympics, athletics, right? Because they have such good runners. So and then obviously once T20 cricket started after 2005, then it was just like people started seeing shortcut to earn money. That is definitely one of the reasons. And just to highlight the decline, since 2000, West Indies cricket, when they play against the big seven teams, and I'm even including Sri Lanka and Pakistan. I don't know if they're big teams, but I'm including England, Australia, New Zealand, India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, all of these teams. They've only won 26 tests against these teams and lost 113. So that's worse than 1:4 ratio. So you can imagine, like, it must be so painful for the fans who have seen the greatness 30 years ago, and now when they see these test match teams, it's like unmatchable to that prior performance.
Yeah, you said one of the factors as popularity of other sports. Other factor was actually the changing nature of pitches, because West Indies used to have fast pitches. People would be really scared to travel to West Indies and play against these bowlers. But slowly, what happened? I think the pitches changed. They became more friendly to spinners. They lost that pace. I think only Jamaica and Barbados. These are the only two venues who have retained that original characteristics a little bit.
Mhm.
But apart from that, we have seen other pitches. They have
Is
become
it because
really
they did
flat.
not have an express fast bowler, so they stopped making such pitches?
No, they always had very good paces, Pratik. I think that's unfair, because
Yeah,
even if you see Courtney Walsh, Curtly Ambrose,
yeah. Mervyn
after
Dillon
that
also
also,
used to bowl 140, 145. Yeah.
after that, Fidel Edwards, Jerome Taylor, they
Hmm.
always had this supply of good fast bowlers. In between, we had Mervyn Dillon, Cameron Caffey. So
Hmm.
all these bowlers were fast and quick. But I think the pitches changed for, I don't know what could be the reason. It was because maybe the ODI cricket, they wanted to popularize the ODI cricket. And ODI cricket can't be played on these kind of pitches. So
Hmm.
maybe that's the reason.
And now my second point, like despite the weakness in the team, they have this unpredictable nature. We have seen once they are fired up, they don't rest until they achieve their goals. So they have won two T20 World Cups in this time, and they have won the Champions Trophy and one Under 19 World Cup as well, which might surprise a lot of people because when they started in these tournaments, they were not even in the top three sides, but they finished first. So once you awaken the beast like Chris Gale and some other Windies players.
Actually, I think Pratik, you are derogating the West Indies cricket by telling that rise and fall of West Indies cricket. I agree they have fallen in one of the formats, that's Test cricket,
Mhm.
but they have always been relevant. And I didn't like that you said they are irrelevant, because look at India. They came to India and won a World Cup in India. What
Mm.
about India, who has since 2011? There have been now two World Cups in India. They have not won a single World Cup, one T20 World Cup and one
And one
ODI
ODI.
World Cup.
Yeah,
Yeah, look at, so West Indies won a World Cup in Sri Lanka, where I think they were least expected to win a World Cup,
that was very
and
tough.
they've been competitive in other World Cups as well, except the last two World Cups. I guess they couldn't qualify
The 2016
in the
one, they were actually phenomenal. Yeah, they had the best team.
yeah. So it happens this phase. Actually, the T20 cricket is also leading a lot of West Indies players. They don't want to play international cricket because they don't get the same amount of money from the
Money.
cricket board. That's also a factor. So Sunil Narayan is, opting out. He doesn't want to play in international cricket.
Yeah.
So, but the
Yeah.
talent is always there in West
And I
Indies.
also feel, yeah, I also feel they need some kind of push, like as
Hmm.
a very good captain who can lead the team. And like there was Darren Sammy, he was so good.
Yeah.
Now he's
I
the
still don't
coach,
understand why
he's the
Darren
mentor.
Sammy's international career was shortened. Like he was a very good
Yeah,
player.
correct. And now even we see some spark in Rovman Powell. I think he's very much working in alignment with Sammy. And also a firebrand opener. Like there was Brett White, then there was Chris Gale. So same kind of needs to be there in this T20. I'm not sure about. We will talk later. I'm like about King and Charles and them, but the opener or someone has to fire also to
Actually,
have
the
a good win
recently
on
the
this.
selectors that have come now, they respect players much more than the last selectors. I remember they actually were the
Yes.
ones to push Narayan away from the team. Like they actually
Mm,
disrespected
Yeah.
him, and now he just
correct,
doesn't want to play. I think
correct.
around 2015, 2018 time, that time the selectors were
Yeah.
very bad, and
Yeah,
they had disputes with a lot of players, not just one player.
true, true.
Yeah, actually, Desmond Haynes, the opener, the former opener, is now the who used to open the batting with Gordon Greenwich. So
Mm.
he is now the selector, and he selected that squad that leveled the series in Australia, won the historic Gabba Test. So yeah, there are some changes, and Darren Sammy is a very inclusive kind of person. He's such a guy everyone loves and respect. So that unites the dressing room also. Yeah, fair point, Manish. Actually, Darren Sammy's contribution to West Indies cricket. That's why they have named a stadium after him.
And
It
today he
is
was watching the
unparalleled.
match there.
He's
Even in
Clive Lloyd of
PSL, even
yeah.
in PSL, that shows his you know
Yeah, and
stature.
he is like Clive Lloyd of T20 cricket. Clive Lloyd won 2 World Cups in ODI
Yeah,
cricket. He has won two. He's the only captain to win 2 T20 World Cups.
right.
And his personality, I just love. He met the
Yeah.
original composer of that Rally Round the West Indies song. He went to his place,
Wow.
and he's just that kind of person who can unite these islands. Yeah,
Exactly.
man.
I was just thinking
He's
about
a
a
he's
thing like
amazing.
maybe West Indies team hasn't passed the Test cricket and all that, but they still produce some very good players in the last 20 years, like even Dwayne Bravo, Chris Gale,
Yeah, and Pratik, to
Pollard.
like kind of confirm your point. IPL, just giving IPL, because everybody knows IPL, right? From
Yeah.
every nation knows about IPL. What is IPL without West Indies player?
Oh yeah, I mean, talk about Chris
Nothing.
Gale. Like Chris Gale was given the
Yeah,
title Universe Boss. Universe
boss.
Boss. Like yeah. And the
If
way he
that,
has hit
yeah, yeah.
sixes in IPL tournament, no one has
Not about
ever
even
seen.
Gale, you see, we're talking, right? Like without them, I really doubt finales have been won. Whether it is Bravo, whether it is Narayan, whether it is Russell, they have to be there for IPL to just go boom boom. They
Yeah,
change.
IPL TRP will like India is able to manage IPL without Pakistan players, but I don't know if they could manage without West Indian players. That for sure.
Never.
Despite what you're saying, that they had a downfall in Test cricket, a Test powerhouse nation like England has not won a series in West Indies in last 15
Yes,
years.
very good point.
So, so it's not like you are making it look very one-sided, but actually it's not that bad also.
Yeah,
And they were in contention for WTC finals. I think this year, last year they were in the contention. So
yeah,
yes, there has been some moments where they
Yeah,
would like to forget, like the
yeah.
ODI World Cup, this non-qualification. I think that was some freakish effort by Netherlands there. But I still believe West Indies cricket has a lot to give to us.
And I also
Uh,
feel like Shikhar, whether it is media or analyst, I don't know. They don't talk much about West Indies. I mean, the way when they got
yeah,
out of ODI
true.
World Cup, they were bashing them so
Even you
much.
see
And
fans like
yeah,
Pratik are backing team like New Zealand instead of West Indies. So you can see, forget the analysts. Even we don't hype up West Indies cricket enough.
yeah. I mean, especially when the Gaba test they won, right? Especially when the captain came and said, he was like, now you see the muscle power. That means they are hurt also.
that
Like
was
you are
very good.
not
Actually, they
even doing,
rewarded
yeah.
Craig Brathwaite for making him the captain because he was doing so well for West Indies in Test cricket for
True.
last few years when the team was not doing
Yeah,
well. So they rewarded him.
yeah, yeah.
Again, thank you very much, guys, for diving into
And
some
one more
history.
thing, I just want to say, a lot of cricketers actually, for money and fitness, didn't play the Test cricket. I remember once Clive Lloyd said ki, Andre Russell could have been a great Test bowler. He could have been a great Test match bowler. He has the pace. He can bowl
Yeah.
all the lengths. He could have been a Test match great, but he didn't play the Test match because of
Yeah,
his
even Sunil
fitness.
Narayan didn't play the Test cricket much. Hardly played.
But Sunil Narayan would not have been a great Test bowler, I think. But Andre Russell could have been a great Test bowler. He has the pace and he can bowl good length. He can bowl proper Test match length. Uh, he could have
But
been a
Sunil
great
Narayan could
Test
have been a
bowler.
game changer with his batting.
No, I'm not
Anyway,
in Test.
I want to talk about
Uh,
some very recent events now. So, West Indies, as you all know, won that iconic Test match in Gaba where Shama Joseph was the star. And they also defeated England and South Africa in recent T20 series before the World Cup. So that's very good performance. And they lost to Australia in Australia, but they still fought back with winning one match there. In the World Cup, we already know they have beaten PNG, Uganda, and New Zealand. They are 3-0 up, and they have a league game coming against Afghanistan, which is a dead rubber. And then we also have Super 8 fixtures listed
I
for
think
you
you
guys
missed
now.
one very big thing, Pratik. They defeated India in a T20 series at home. So I think that's a big miss
They also defeated
from
us in
you.
one of the ODIs. Yep, yeah.
Yeah, but the T20 series was a 5 T20 series. So it is supposed to give a very fair result, and they beat India in 5 T20 series where India were almost full strength.
Yeah.
So that's a great achievement. They've also beaten Australia also at home, I think. Yeah.
And yeah, like I want to talk about some of the players. Why we are seeing this comeback for West Indies cricket, because they have such a good group, and they are actually have some experienced batters in their side. Like Russell has experience, Puran is experienced, Roman Powell is experienced, and the spin bowlers. Like I'm so impressed by Moti and Akil Hussain. And I'm now kind of glad they also brought back Roshan Chase in the T20 side, who we were initially surprised, like why is he here, but
Mm,
he's again a very clever cricketer. He can do both batting and bowling, and most
yeah,
importantly he can save a side when there is a collapse.
true, true. I mean, there is not a single player to not like. I mean, initially, we people we will be like, yeah, there is Russell Power, there is there is, as you said, Puran, because of this IPL legacy and all. But after watching their matches, especially these new people like Rutherford, Moti, and yeah, I mean, it'll be really
Rutherford and Shepard,
heartbreaking if I will.
Romario Shepard, I
Yeah,
actually did not know
Shepherd.
much
Oh my
about
God.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shikhar totally hyped them up, and they were actually worth the
Yes.
hype. Like they're such
Yes.
amazing all rounders.
No,
Yeah.
actually, if you see CPL is proper tournament which is being played
Hmm.
in West Indies, and they have developed all these talents. They IPL has driven them to be a good T20 team. So yes, I'm excited. Now they have bowlers as per their pitches like Akil Hussain, Moti.
Yeah.
They suit the current West Indian pitches.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Shamar Joseph can play some games on pacey wickets. That will be very exciting to see. And
And what?
Andre, and
Yeah.
mainly all just want to make one point. All this comeback of West Indies cricket is due to just one guy, and I've been telling you, but you have not been paying that much attention. But it's Andre Russell. He's been beast with the ball. The start 2024 he had in Australia. He's come back. If you see Andre Russell's IPL from 2019 to 2023, I used to make fun of that guy whenever he used to come to bowl. But this IPL, I never even made fun of him even once when he came to bowl. I knew it will be a very serious thing. He took 15 wickets. He's not even a proper bowler. He took as many wickets as Arshdeep Singh, whose main job is to take wickets. So he's
And
completely
he worked
changed.
on a lot in his fitness. He's also
Yes.
taking doubles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going
And
to
I
talk
think there
about,
was
yeah.
something related to his personal life that was going. He said it in the interview after KKR won the IPL that I was not really happy playing last 3-4 years. And
Yeah.
the finishing power was so bad. Like he finished last game in 2019. And
Hmm.
finally, we saw the best Andre Russell coming good this year. So I think if
Maybe, yeah,
someone has
yeah,
to carry West Indies to World Cup, Andre
yeah,
Russell is the guy who
yeah.
can do it.
I mean,
And
look at
maybe
the
that's why he
11.
was so
Look at
emotional also after the IPL final when KKR won. He was so emotional. Maybe all those, as you said, Shikhar, those past failures, those personal, difficulties that would have come into picture. But yeah, he is carrying that KKR win, that spirit to the West
Mm.
Indies team, and it
Mm.
seems he will yeah get to do anything. Yeah,
And the
Pratik,
best
you were
part is,
saying
look at
something.
that 11. Everyone is a match winner. That's what India and Australia have produced in the last few years, and that's why they
And
are
you
such
guys were
highly ranked
laughing on
sides.
Romario Shepard. What about that, Pratik?
Who
You should be
have?
ashamed of
I
yourself.
never
You are
have.
the biggest
I love it.
naysayer of West Indies cricket, and now just because your video got viral, you are trying to produce some content on West Indies cricket. You are the biggest. You are the reason that West Indies cricket has gone to the dumps. You laugh on Romario Shepard. You used to laugh on Akil Hussain. You make fun of Alzari Joseph. All these cricketers are very
I
good cricketers.
at least these three names I have to like disagree because Alzari Joseph is the record holder against because when he was in Mumbai Indians, he was the has the best spell I
Bowling
remember.
figures
And
in the
That's
Alzari,
the best
IPL.
and
part.
that
They
guy never
actually
showed
bat till
emotion.
the very end. Except Moti,
Yes,
everyone can bat in this lineup.
everyone. Yes,
Everyone can
and
bat.
I don't know if Obed McCoy will ever come because he
He
replaced
should.
Jason Holder. That was a
Yeah.
big name. That was a very big name. He would have definitely played
Oh, and
Holder,
one
but
one change we all want to see is Johnson Charles is stepping down, and maybe Hetmeyer coming in. So
But it can't be happening like that, Pratik. Johnson
like that,
Charles is
yeah.
an opener. Hitmar is
Opener,
not an
yeah.
opener. So it will be
Then
Shai
it might
Hope.
be Shea Hope. Then yeah, Shea.
Yeah, it will be Shai.
Because Kyle Mayers, I know that is that one mystery we're not able to solve.
Yeah,
Maybe the
while
West
Kyle
Indian
Mayers is not
fans
in the
will
squad,
comment.
yes.
They can tell why Kyle Mayers is not playing.
And
Don't
Shikhar was
know.
talking about those wins against England. He was very instrumental
Yeah.
in the Test series
Yeah.
victory. Kyle Mayers with the ball and bat. So
True. Yep.
yeah, but yeah, West Indies. So yeah, my last question is: so is West Indies turning a corner? Do you think they are the heavyweights in this World Cup?
I predicted
Yeah,
them to
definitely.
win. I
Definitely.
predicted them to win. Even if they don't win, I will not feel sad because I am seeing a good T20 team developing. I'm happy, but I have predicted their win because I love this team. And if it, I think I told once in our some preview that if any time is there for West Indies to create the history, it is this time because it is their home ground. They have a superb team. They are fired up, so they no better time than this T20 World Cup to get the trophy.
Yeah, I hope they win and they shut up critics like Pratik,
Yeah.
who always
No, even I'm backing
criticizing
them
their
up.
players.
Looking at their Super 8 fixtures and how South Africa is playing, I'm backing them and England to
Yeah.
qualify from this group.
I think the only thing I feel like they have to hold their nerves, especially the way they did against New Zealand. We saw, right, that match. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
some 30 for 5, 50 for 6, and then that one man coming and bowling, like all round performance. If they can hold the nerve like Australia generally do, then they can. Definitely they can. For sure.
Awesome. Thank you again so much, guys. We'll be doing more stuff on the World Cup. So please, thank you. Continue to like us, follow us, subscribe us, and thank you, Shikan Manish.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye. Please like, subscribe our channel, guys. Thank you.